Good evening. We come to the last and the summary week of our focus season 2022. We are part of one another. This week is about the fact that I, as part of one another, must love one another dearly. It is striking how the love one another commands appears by far the most of all the other commands. It occurs no less than 19 times verbatim in the Bible. You see, this is a command. We must love one another. We don't have a choice about it. It's not a request or a recommendation, but an instruction of the Lord. When believers do not love one another in the practice of every day, there can be little talk of a community of saints. And John states it unmistakably in 1 John 4:19-20. Whoever claims to love God yet hates his brother and sister is a liar. For whoever does not love their brother and sister whom they have seen cannot love God whom they had not seen. It is noticeable that the command appears so frequently, but it's by no way surprising. After all, love is the great commandment. This is really all a believer has to do. He must love God with all his heart and all his soul and all his mind, and he must love his neighbor as himself. Paul writes also in the well-known song about love in 1 Corinthians 13, in the midst of chapters that deals with the use of gifts of the Spirit. And he says, we read verses 1-3, if I speak in tongues of men or of angels but do not have love, I'm only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. If I have the gift of prophecy and can fathom all the mysteries and all the knowledge, and if I have a faith that can move mountains, but do not have love, I am nothing. If I give all I possess to the poor and give over my body to hardship that I might boast, but do not have any love, I gain nothing. Without love, all the other things we do towards one another is hollow and empty, like a piece of tinkling metal. Then the observance of all the other one another commandments in the Bible are mechanical, cold, and clinical. To love one another is indeed the overarching command. Above all, Paul stated in Colossians 3:14, above all, love each other. That the love is overarching is confirmed when Paul deals with the fruit of the Spirit in Galatians chapter 5. He starts with love. In my opinion, the fruit singular is love, and all the other things are aspects of the love, namely joy and peace and forbearance and kindness and goodness and faithfulness and gentleness and self-control. Dear brother and sister, actually I know I haven't told you anything new tonight. We know that love is the greatest of all commandments. However, it is noticeable that in this love one another texts, people are addressed who are already believers. It implies that love is not done, or that too little is done about love. In any case, to love one another does not come naturally. Believers must love. Over and again, the word of the Lord comes to us. Love one another. Love is a verb. Love must be done. Love must be said. Love must be visible. It must be a way of life in which believers live together. People must be able to see from the outside that we are the disciples of God. And that's by seeing our love for one another. Yeah, that's right, dear brothers and sisters. Excuse me, but I'm going to say it again. We are part of one another, and we must love one another dearly. Good night.